this is not even about sexuality, because I know that there is bar lowered in the LGBTQ community as well. So whether you are cisgendered or not, listen, I don't know that the bar could be any lower. I think I will say this, that I believe that most gay men tend to have a more higher emotional quotient, and the expectation is set, perhaps the bar is a little bit higher. You know what I mean? When it comes to emotional quotient. But there is something about hetero black men that it's like, let's just keep the bar as low to the ground. Can you go down low? How low can you go? I mean, like, it really is, y'all. My boyfriend had the nerve to tell me when I told him that I wanted something for myself. I said, listen, I need you to, we were having a little bit of, I guess, a misunderstanding, because my expectations and what I deem is right in terms of, responsibility to accountability in terms of the way that you treat me and the energy that you bring to me, consistency, honesty, those kind of things. I expect them to be kind of a foundation for our relationship, even communication. I expect consistent and effective communication, or if it can't be effective, just let's even get to the place where it can be consistent, and that's in all aspects, not just us reaching out to each other via telephone or text or whatever. I mean, even in the way that we relate to each other, the way we communicate to each other, not just verbally, but physically. I think that you got to set boundaries for yourself. And there are times where I go to him and I have these boundaries, and I express the fact that, like, listen, I expect this and I really need you to step up. And it's like, you know what you need? You need a white man. You need a yes man. No, I don't. I don't. What I need is for the eyes of the man that I'm looking into, who looks like me, he's black. I need him to respect the fact that I do want the best of the best. Are you all in or no? But I think the real issue is expectations. And just so we're on the same page, expectations are defined by a strong belief that something will happen in the future. Another definition of expectation is one's prospect of inheritance. Dig that. One's prospect of inheritance. So I'm going to learn y'all on something, right? Because I know there's going to be a lot of niggas who are listening right now and who are going to say, oh, you sound like you a man basher. You sound like you a man hater. I'm telling you, I love men. And part of loving someone is being able to be completely and utterly honest with them and have expectations for them. Expectations are not a terrible thing. However, we've put this, I think we've almost gotten to the point where we have lowered the bar so much that the real problem is not that these niggas are not living up to the expectation. The real problem is that they are living up to the expectation because the bar is too low. I was having a conversation with my friends the other night. I know when I say friends, that could mean you too. But I was having a conversation with my sister circle the other night. And we were just talking about how something as simple as a nigga as a nigga being faithful to you, as there being monogamy, fidelity in your relationship, agreed upon fidelity and monogamy, right? Because I know there are different rules for different folks. So something as mundane, not mundane, but it just depends on the rules of your relationship. But so many women cannot find and don't expect monogamy and fidelity, that when they hear that a woman is getting it, it doesn't matter that this woman is being beaten. It doesn't matter that this woman is dating a deadbeat. Doesn't matter how many kids this nigga has. What matters is, well, girl, at least he's not cheating on you. Think about it. We applaud responsibility to black men. How many fucking Instagram posts do you see about a man knowing how to comb his daughter's hair and it's this great anomaly, or a man being a father to his son? I know somebody on the internet right now that on the internets, on the Instagrams right now that I follow. And his biggest draw is, yeah, he looks good, but, oh, he's this single dad, meaning that he's not with the mom. So he's this single dad of this cute little boy, and that's the draw. That's what we're applauding fucking for. That's what we're applauding for. Loyalty, fidelity, fatherhood, honesty, consistency. We're applauding for those things as though they're rarefied fucking air. We're treating them as though they aren't even capable of more. And then we're wondering why they can't deliver more. Well, when I'm applauding things that women are expected to do, black women are expected to do this shit. And bitch, you better be a size 8 at the most. You better go to the gym. Your hair better look good. You better be giving up the pums all the time. You better not complain about when he do anything. And if he wants you to get big titties, or if he wants you, whatever he wants you to do, meanwhile, this nigga look like he swallowed a fucking basketball. Oh, yes. I'm telling the truth and shaming the devil. I am. A nigga who got more of a budget for weed than he does to pay his child support. I said it. That's the kind of damaging, enabling coddling that leads to men feeling that they don't need to be better. Think about it, you guys. The real issue may not be that the bar is too low, or that we're setting the bar for them. The real issue is that they're living exactly up to the expectations of that low ass bar. And we've gotten to the point where we've been, and I say we, black women or people who are on the other end of the misogyny, of the patriarchal bullshit, of the cheating, of the irresponsibility, of the lack of accountability, of the bad communication. When you are on the receiving end of that from a black man, you complain about it and you are told that you are insane, you are crazy. All kind of dismissive messages are sent to you. You're crazy. You acting like my mother. You're blah, blah, blah. You need to date a white man. You need a yes man. All because I'm asking you to be better? All because I'm asking you to be better? I mean, let's think about it from the celebrity standpoint. Tristan Thompson, Jay-Z, Bill Cosby, Kanye West, R. Kelly, T.I., Umar Johnson, Iman Shumpert even. Every MO-Tep nigga I know. All the other flat earth niggas that I know. You know what these niggas all have in common, bitch? Is because they're a big fucking disappointment. And they could be such a huge disappointment and still some bitch would be on the other end like, but you know what, girl, he just needs our support. I mean, think about it. I am getting a message right now about my relationship that I'm very conflicted about. Part of the messaging that I'm getting is be more understanding to his low emotional quotient. You make the necessary adjustments because, girl, the one good thing is that you'll at least have a man. I feel like that's the message. Compromise a little bit more. As though there's not better. Because really, think about it. Isn't that the message? Isn't the message when you tell a woman to compromise herself in order to make up for the lack of her partner? Isn't the message there that, girl, this might be as good as it fucking gets? You're lucky to even have found this? So we're saying, in fact, that you niggas are all trash. Because that's the implication, okay? That's the syntax of the complex. That's it. We're saying that there is no better. We're saying that this complete lack of self-awareness, low emotional quotient, and lack of self-actualization is actually okay. It may not get any better. And, okay. Low expectations is one of the worst things that you can possibly never get fooled into. There are people who, I know that there are times even where I've been like, you know what? I'm expecting too much. I'm going to just like expect a little bit less so that I won't get hurt. But what is it that you do that you're not all in? Everybody is so worried about holding back some so that they think that they're protecting themselves, but that you're not protecting anything. And really the reality is black men have been manipulated to believe that even when it comes to emotions, you have to save some for yourself, which means that you don't have to show up and be responsible. You don't have to be accountable. You don't have to be loyal. There doesn't have to be fidelity. There doesn't have to be honesty. There doesn't have to be communication. There doesn't have to be consistency, because you should hold back some for yourself. Only thing you need to do 100% is get money. That's the message. Chris Rock said that women, children, and I think animals are the only things that get loved unconditionally. Men, in fact, only get loved based on what it is that they have to give. And I thought to myself, what a fucking dumb message to send. What a dumb message to send to people in your own community. People oftentimes, I think that there are a lot of men who are making the correlation of holding back, not being all in, saving some for self, is a selfless act. Looking out for themselves has always been, really what you're looking at is one selfish son of a bitch. Because really what we're saying is that this person doesn't have the emotional wherewithal to have to live up to any expectation. Listen, set the bar high. Set the fucking bar high. You know why you set the bar high? Because you're either going to rise to the fucking occasion or it's just not going to work. Don't get me wrong. Compromise is very much a part of a relationship. But listen, if you notice that most of the ebb and flow with compromise is mostly coming from you having to do with far less than you deserve just in order to keep a nigga around, then baby, I think too oftentimes the message to black women has been to just know that choosing yourself is a selfish act. You don't want to have kids? You don't want a man? Well, you're going to have to give some shit up. Why? Listen, I'm really with the spirit of compromise. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. It's really cute. It's good. We need to do it. But if it's one way, it's not going to work. Here's some telltale signs. All right. If you're constantly compromising your needs, problem. That's number one. Number two, if you don't require your partner's support, you are setting the bar too low. If he can't show up for you, and listen, this might be a lamp unto my own feet, okay? A light onto my path and a lamp unto my own feet, okay? I might be preaching to thine self, okay? If you don't make it a requirement that your partner supports you, you're setting the bar too low. If you are oftentimes bored in the relationship, you're setting the bar too low. If your boredom or the inequality in the relationship leads to a lack of respect from your partner to you, the bar is too low. If it goes the opposite direction where you are in fact the one who is too disrespectful to your partner and having that be the consistent social tone. The bar is too low. If you've lost the need to emotionally connect to your partner, the bar is too low. If the relationship seems like it's probably happened too quickly, perhaps